Aaron Collins then on joining Forest Green. Aaron, what was it about the club that made you think, yeah, I'll go there?
It's a great club. They come in and said that they were interested in me, and straight away it was up there. I was very interested in talking to the club, and it's on the up. It's like you only come up 2 years ago, and this season showed in the semi-finals of the playoffs that the club's on the up, and hopefully next season or the season after we can get that promotion.
And you've played against Forest Green. You scored against them as well for Morecambe. Do you want to talk us through that goal first of all?
Well, I went up to Morgan the last 3 months, done as well as I could, as it's paid off now. I've got my move, and the goal against Forest Green was one of my. It was early on in my time at Morgan, but yeah, we won 3-0, got a goal and assist. But yeah,
it's one way to make an impression on Mark Cooper, isn't it?
yeah, it is, and that was my whole point in going up there and getting as many goals as I did. Got 8 goals in 15 games, and I impressed a lot of managers, and that was my aim when I was up there.
You've had a few loan spells in League Two, Colchester, Newport, Notts County as well. How well do you feel that you know the level?
I feel like I know the level very well. For the last 3 years, I've been at Wolves, and like I said, I've gone on loan a lot. But I played in League Two now, close to making 100 appearances, just turned 22. But yeah, it's not all them loans have gone good, but I've played in the league a lot. I've made a lot of starts and a lot of sub appearances, and yeah, I feel like I know it well.
And the fact that you say some loans haven't gone well, others have gone well,
Yeah.
clearly. What is it that's required from you to make a success of being somewhere?
It's just put 100% in. I'm not saying I've never put 100% in everywhere, but it's been hard sometimes when you haven't been given a chance. I've always given 100% in training and everything, and sometimes you just don't get a chance on the pitch because managers prefer the player in your position, etc. like that. And I feel like when I have been given my chance, I've done what I've needed to do, but sometimes that's not for everyone.
And your background at Wolves, how much do you think that's helped in terms of learning from a club which is obviously now pretty well established in the Premier League?
Yeah, it's been good. My time at Wolves was good. A lot of different managers come in, and a lot changed when I was there. So it was always hard to get through to the first team, and a lot of the lads in the 23s are in the same boat as me. But yeah, like especially last January, I didn't want to go on loan again, as I went on a lot of loans while I was at Wolves, and I terminated my contract in January this year, and went to Morecambe and signed a permanent there. And that was obviously before I was at Newport, but I went to Morecambe. I was on a permanent, and I showed what I could do.
And actually, it's a brave move to do that. You obviously feel it's paid off. How much do you now just sort of need to settle somewhere and actually, get a good couple of seasons under your belt and just playing regular football?
Yeah, that's what I need to do. I went to Morecambe and played regular football, and I'm hoping here now signing on a permanent, playing regular football, and scoring as many goals as I can and getting this team promotion.
That's obviously got to be the aim then. And having been to the semi-finals of the playoffs last season, how realistic do you feel it is for the club to be up there again? Because the surprise element, if you like, might have gone.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Now they've set the standard last season, and hopefully this season we can set the standard even higher. They were always in and around the playoffs or in top half of the table for the whole season, and that's where you want to be going into the end of the season. And I feel like this season you could push even more because they all know now what it takes to get into playoffs. Hopefully now we know what it takes to get into the promotion.
And you won't be the only Welsh accents around the club this coming season. How much is that just going to help in terms of the settling in process with the lads?
Yeah, I feel like it'll help a lot. Like I know Dyche, I know there's George here. I don't know him personally, but I know he's another Welsh lad. But yeah, I know Dyche, and I've been speaking to him, and I'm always speaking to him. So it'd be helpful because I'll come in and I know him well. So.
And if you can link up with him, that could be some combination.
Yeah, that's the aim. I'll hopefully play up front with him, and he's a player I'd like to play off, so I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Aaron, what type of striker are you? Could you describe your type of play?
I'm just an energy, enthusiastic player. Like, I like playing off a big man up front, or as you say, Dyche wins the headers, and I'm honestly like a 10, number 9, where I just kind of bizz around. I don't play in a certain position, I make them runs in behind, and I can as well pick the ball up in the number 10 and attack your defenders.
You had a successful loan spell at Morecambe. I think it was 8 goals in 15 starts.
Yeah.
In a predominantly a struggling team. So you must
Yeah.
have been really pleased with that.
Well, when I went there, they were 1 point above relegation, and it was obviously a test, thinking, shall I go there? Is this what I want to do? But I backed myself, and the gaffer told me from day one, like, this is where I'll be playing, this is what he wants to do with me, and it was exactly what I wanted. And yeah, I went there, and I played in the number 10, you could say, but it was more of a second striker, where I could pick the ball up in the 10 role, or I could make them runs in behind as a striker as well. And that's me. Like, I just like to be buzzing around and picking the ball up wherever I can and playing off a big striker.
Yeah, I'm sure Forest Green fans will be Googling your name and looking at YouTube and reminding themselves of that stunning goal you scored against them.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, there's a lot of goals to look at, especially in my last 3 months of my career. But yeah,
Okay, cheers.
thank you.
Aaron, obviously you started at Newport, but I noticed there was looking back at your history, there was a period where you were sort of not sure whether you were going to stay there. You're released, and is it true that you worked at McDonald's?
Yes,
for a little bit?
it does get brought up a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a huge part in my career where I didn't get a scholar at Newport. I was there for a year, under 16s, didn't get a scholar at Newport. Had to live, had to earn money. So when I worked at McDonald's, I think it was about 3 months, and then Michael Flynn come in as the academy coach and saw my potential. I was still working throughout pre-season and the start of the season, but doing so well, he knew that it was affecting me as well. So he ended up speaking to Justin Edinburgh, was the manager at the time at Newport, and I got my pro within 3 or 4 months of would have been a second year scholar, but yeah, got me at McDonald's, and from there on it just, yeah, it went well.
And what was it like working there?
Different, because obviously I was 17 at the time, just turning 18, and yeah, it was a real life job, and that's the only time I've really had to go through that. But it wasn't a long period of time, but it was still, I was in the real world, and I don't know if I want to go back there really.
Yeah, does it sort of make you appreciate what you've got now?
Yeah,
a bit
fully.
more?
Yeah, it makes me not ever want to go back into the working world like that. But so I got to do what I got to do to stay in the game and play.
Yeah, you mentioned Justin Edinburgh as well. Obviously, shocking and sudden
Yeah,
in news
huge.
recently. How much of an influence was he on your early career?
Yeah, he was huge. It's very upsetting and tragic what happened, and it's affected me because he was my first ever proper manager in football. But yeah, he was a huge influence in my career. He got me in, like I said, gave me my first pro, and he was there for the first season that I was involved in football, and he settled me down hugely when I was only 18, and yeah,
Thanks, Aaron.
thank you.